From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Monday, May 25th, 2026.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Keith Matheny. Consumers Energy is seeking state regulators' permission to sell 13 hydroelectric dams on some of the most iconic rivers in Michigan's Lower Peninsula to a Maryland-based private equity firm. The dams are located on the Au Sable and Manistee Rivers in northern Lower Michigan, the Muskegon and Grand Rivers in mid-Michigan, and the Kalamazoo River in western Michigan. They have provided hydropower to customers for about a century, but Consumers Energy is seeking to sell the 13 dams for $13 to Hull Street Energy LLC, a Maryland-based private equity firm. The deal would include a 30-year agreement for consumers to buy power generated at the dams from Hull Street's wholly owned subsidiary, Confluence Hydro LLC, at twice the typical rate for hydropower. Consumers Energy says if the deal isn't approved by the Michigan Public Service Commission, they will look to decommission and remove the 13 dams, whose maintenance and upgrade needs go into the hundreds of millions of dollars in some cases. Some community members support the dam sales as a way to potentially stave off losing the dams and the life they've built around them over a century. But others oppose the sales, saying it will offload dam liabilities to a less accountable private owner whose long-term commitment and motives can't be guaranteed. The MPSC is expected to rule on the Consumers Energy dam sales plan sometime later this year.
I'm John Wisely of the Detroit Free Press. Dr. Wael Sacher is the dean of the medical school at Wayne State University. Last summer, he was placed on paid administrative leave with no explanation. School officials would only say that it was a personnel matter. One faculty member called it defamation by silence. The suspension prompted a backlash against Wayne State's then-president, Kimberly Espy. She ended up resigning under pressure from the Board of Governors. 6 weeks after he was placed on leave, Sacher was returned to his post, again with no explanation. So what was this all about? The Free Press requested records related to Sacher's leave under the Freedom of Information Act. The school took more than 5 months to provide them, but they explain what really happened. In August of last year, a female staffer accused Sacher of creating a toxic work environment by screaming at coworkers, slamming doors, disrespecting colleagues. Other staffers corroborated the accusations, and one accused him of playing Minecraft on his work computer while important deadlines loomed. Sacher denied most of the allegations and said he was proud of his more than 35 years of service to the school. In a statement to the Free Press, he said he was saddened by the accusations, said that he's always tried to lead with integrity, though he admitted that there's always room for improvement. The investigation into his conduct couldn't find conclusive evidence that he violated school policies, so he remains in his job. He was ordered to undergo professional coaching for things like emotional management and conflict resolution. To read more about it, please visit freep.com.
This is Natalie Davies with the Detroit Free Press. A woman leaving a store at the Baldwin Commons Shopping Center in Orion Township was shot in the parking lot, according to the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. The suspect stole her keys and drove her car away. Preliminary investigation showed the suspect was sitting outside of the Panera Bread and approached the victim and her young son in the parking lot as they left the next-door Old Navy store, Sheriff Michael Bouchard said at a news conference on Tuesday, May 19th. Police tracked the direction the suspects fled using flock surveillance drones, Bouchard said. The 25-year-old from Ann Arbor driving the victim's car was eventually spotted by a plainclothes officer in the auto theft unit who arrested the man after a brief foot chase in Groverland Township. The arrest happened about an hour and 25 minutes after police responded to the shooting. To read more about the carjacking and shooting, visit freep.com.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.